Hi, everyone. Thank you for being here. I know I'm running a little late this morning. Love is the word of the day. So, self love, love of humanity, love of each other. Um, and I apologize to the community member who left me a thoughtful, long message on yesterday's video. The first version of it, I kind of went back in and chopped off the end and then put it back out. I had responded, but when I deleted that other video because I didn't like where the end went, for me personally, I just started rambling and got a little in my head and a little emotional. So, unfortunately, your comment and my response, I think, were eliminated. I tried to leave it for a few minutes and I hope you got it. But the message is basically for everyone and particularly for you. The trauma in life is real. Our loved ones are all cared for on the other side. Signs and synchronicities are important. And every single one of you brings a light into this world that is necessary. And we need all of you right now in this world. So thank you. Okay, if you haven't been here before, welcome. My name is Holly. I'm a psychic medium and I read energy. I channel messages and I use cards, tarot, and oracle as a jumping off point for the general message for the collective. And I decided to start to get the dominant vibe and pull a card ahead of time for the collective from the Angels and Auras Oracle deck. And oh my gosh, y'all, you wouldn't believe. Well, I guess you would. But all of these archangels started flying out. It's a pretty good sized deck. There are a lot of cards in this deck, and it's very few that actually have a name associated with how we can identify one of the archangels. And as with yesterday, Zadkiel came out, and then Uriel, and then Raphael. And then I started asking, wow, is there a big message, or is it just to validate that we're surrounded and always loved? Because that was the big message today. Remember, you are loved. Remember, you are not alone. And then I got law of attraction. In the first line, my angels are with me, life loves me, and all the other affirmations that go with it. I'm going to put that really close, so if you want to pause, you can read it. And then the perfect timing came out. Perfect timing. And then it was like, oh, ding, 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 I get it. With all of this angelic help sent by God, they are the emissaries of God. Nothing is as powerful as this. Nothing. I truly, in my heart of hearts, know that and believe it. If it takes teams of people to work all these dark little machinations, and all you have to do is have one, when you ask for healing and you receive a miraculous healing, then what's more powerful than that, other than God? And then Sandalphon came out. And then Jophael came out. And then the last one that came out, open your heart to love. Vulnerability, forgiveness, allowing, and community. And those are the keywords underneath. You hold the key. It starts with self-love. So if you want to look these up, if you want to look for these beings and what they're associated with in terms of what they correspond with, then please do so. If you just know intuitively and it resonates with you, or if you've researched them in the past and you know. And I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time going through each one because I feel like there's going to be, and what I'm getting is that there's going to be a slight variation on why that particular being wants to come work with you or just surround you. It's almost like a visualization of a single individual, but we're never single because our circles always overlap. We are always connected. But we have this circle of divine beings around us at all times. We are never alone. We are always loved. We are always protected. Our true selves and our deepest, most brilliant light, whether we try to cover it up or not, or whether we let it shine brightly, and sometimes it's both at different points in our lives, they see us. They know us. Uriel, Uriel, Zadkiel, Zadkiel, Raphael, some people say Raphael, Raphael, Sandalphon, Sandalphon. And if I'm not mistaken, if you're familiar with Prophet Elijah, that might resonate with you with that card. Jophiel, Jophiel. And then my angels are always with me. Perfect timing. Open your heart to love. And I'm going to leave that right there. Okay? I'm going to leave these cards out because I think I want to look at them more later today. All right, I'm going to leave them face up right there. All right. Uriel is really jumping out at me too. Listen for a message. If your ears feel like they're kind of popping and a little more open today, listen for a message. We kind of have a treat. Hold on. One of the reasons why I love mugs with messages so much, every time I look at it when I take a drink or when I choose it, I resonate with the message. It is a message to help me understand something to be aware of. So I don't like the snarky mugs. I don't like that kind of thing, which they're fine and they're funny. But when I drink from this one that just has a single word with a beautiful flower and it's love, that is the energy I choose to imbibe. That is the energy I choose to bring into myself and to surround myself with. Sometimes it's hard. I can be mean in my thoughts too. But as soon as that creeps up, my body feels heavy and it aches. And I notice, that's not always the cause of it, but I don't feel good. And so I'm like, no, that's not me. That's not right. I don't like feeling that way. I wish only the best to all involved. Even if someone's really hurt you, wish them the best. And then that allows you to move on. That's a message for someone. All right, so we're going to use a brand new deck. And I'm still looking at the B one, but I haven't gotten it yet. So this is the Wild Reflections Tarot deck. Sometimes, I don't know if this is the maker or it's part of the name, but it's Wyspell, Wyspell, but it's the I think it's the maker or the author, so I don't know. But it's the Wild Reflections Tarot, okay? So it's really a nice deck to shuffle, not too thick, not too thin, no borders, got lots of image on it. They're pretty long, perfect width, but they're really long, so it makes it a little tricky to shuffle. But at any rate, I've been working with them a little bit, and I really do like it a lot. Okay. And one more time. See what I mean? Kind of unrolled it a little bit. But that's okay. All right. Because they are definitely a little bit thinner stock, but still sturdy enough so they hold up, but it makes it easier to shuffle. All right, using this tarot. Well, this one jumped out to the side immediately. The Six of Wands. Ooh, and look at that beautiful horse with the garland and it's like deer. I almost thought that was a moose at first, but it looks like that they're all deer. And the coming of springtime and the bright light. So that jumped out to the side. Is that going to set the tone? And it's the Six of Wands. Six of Wands. I just heard he's stepping in to claim victory, and he's stepping in to claim what is a rejuvenation of life somehow. I don't know what that means, but it's like someone is carefully and thoughtfully doing the victory march to step in. All right, so let's see what, and that's just an out there side message. Okay, so what is the message for the collective? What is the dominant message and the dominant energy sound surrounding the collective? Today is Saturday, so Saturday and Sunday. What is the dominant message for Saturday and Sunday for the collective and moving into Monday, I feel like, too? What is the dominant message? Got one. What is the dominant message for the collective for Saturday, Sunday, and I feel like moving into Monday? Oh, and possibly Tuesday. This is going to be for almost the next 4 days. What is happening? What is happening over the next few days with the collective and for the collective? And this is a general reading, so please understand that. It is a general reading. It can't resonate with everyone. So just, if any of it hits, great. If not, that's okay. Sometimes it's just good to hang out with each other. All right. I've got 4 cards. 3 came out face down, 1 came out face up. The one that came out face up was the last one, and it's the Chariot. This is a serious Chariot. This rider, I don't care for the whip, but this rider is standing on the Chariot, standing on the wagon. It's actually a wagon, and those horses are going fast, and they have a spiral sun symbol, lots of symbols on their noses, so they know the way. And quite frankly, they want to go with that person. These horses are interesting. They want that rider to think he's in control. And I'm just using the gender I see on the card. It's just the energy of the card that matters. They could so easily come to a halt, get out of those reins, buck that guy straight off that wagon. They know the way. The horses know the way. The guy is the impatient one. The horses are like, all right, you want to get there? I'll get you there. They know the way. Listen to your inner knowing and let your gut instinct take over. That is immediately the message I got from that card. I know it's not the traditional meaning, but like I said, I just, say what I hear and blah, blah, blah. All right, so I just turned the others over, and I feel like, okay, so I'm being guided to do this to get, and it went flying down here. Oh, man, I'm live. That was tricky. Yeah, okay, and that said one more, and then one more flew out, and it not only flew out, it flew out all the way on the ground. Okay. Oh, and before I get started on this, you all, I burn a lot of candles and incense and stuff, and sometimes you'll see the smoke wafting over or whatever. Like now you're seeing the flicker of the light. But right now, and I use matches, and so right now about the only matches you can get are these eco-friendly matches that are thinner wood, so it takes twice as many as it did before. So I don't know how eco-friendly it is. But the heads on those matches, I struck one yesterday and then again this morning, and half of it blew off. One landed on the floor, and I put it out really fast. One landed and burned a hole right here. I mean, I could smell it. I could smell it, and I could hear it sizzle on my skin. I put some aloe on it, and a bunch of skin rolled off. I know that's kind of gross. And it's a teeny tiny little spot. But I thought, that's not... Anyway, I told... It's like I mentioned, they're not eco matches, they're eco-terrorism matches. It's like, what are you trying to do? Catch me on fire? And it's not like this is like a polyester. These are polyester tops. It's not like, I will go up in flames. So it's like, thank you, no. I think, this rate, I'll just go get a lighter. Dang on, man. So if you use those matches, be careful, because when you strike them, sometimes the part that lights on the tip, it's like gunpowder, blows off on 2 different directions. Anyway. All right, so let's get back to these cards, because this is a good read. I feel like we're finally getting a good reading. We've had good readings, but woo, they've been a little difficult getting to the good part. All right, so we're going to start with Judgment. I like this card because, all right, One, she looks like a businesswoman, but she also looks like a mom. She also looks like she's the one that takes care of everything. But check out her hair. From a distance, if you pull it back, doesn't that look like almost like a Medusa? Like the curls instead of curls, almost it's sort of like her frame of protection and don't screw with me. I'll turn you to stone. So that's judgment. But, Medusa was a much maligned and misunderstood person. The only reason she became someone with a head full of snakes and could turn people to stone was not by her choice. It was because she was so profoundly beautiful and she was so horribly abused that it was through trauma that she was turned into that. So this is, I think, someone who comes out the other side of that trauma and is the voice of justice and judgment. Not justice, but judgment, because justice is also here. The voice of judgment. And it's not that we're passing judgment, but it's like, when you take care of that many people and that much stuff, yeah, you have to make judgments about what you will and won't accept. And this woman's not going to accept just any old thing. Okay? This deck is really cool. All right. So we have judgment leading to justice. And with the justice card, those are lanterns. And what I find fascinating about this is it's a very kind of Asian, clothing, inspiration. It looks like the big samurai type sword, but this is clearly a very Anglo woman. And so it's okay to be who you are and what you resonate with. And I know the whole thing about cultural appropriation, but it's I don't feel like that's what's going on. I do question, I don't understand, but help me out because I don't understand. And they're telling me to look at the fireflies in the background and buzzing around the lanterns. That's the important part. I'm hearing be where you are and where you belong. It doesn't matter where it is. You know who you are and you know where you belong. You light the way. You light the way, and justice is on your side. Maybe she just dyes her hair. I don't know. I'm getting really hot all of a sudden. And it's not a hot flash. Really hot. What is going on with this? I'm missing something about this card. Don't judge people. Again, that you judge what is right and wrong for you personally, but don't judge others. This woman knows who she is and why. Light the way you know how to light the way. Yeah, that was it. Very strange. Okay. And then there's going to be the whole spread reading, and we'll go to Spirit in that. And I'm still getting messages from Spirit about all of these, but I'm also getting people may not understand unions that are coming together. It's an unlikely union, and that's coming up because we do have a Two of Cups as the very last card that flipped out on the floor. So that is a happy, positive union of like-minded, connected at a soul level kind of union. This, and that could be you find your perfect job, you find your perfect community, you find your perfect place in the world, you find your perfect place to live, you find your perfect person for you. But then we have the Two of Swords. Okay. Now, she is blindfolded, but it's almost like she can still see because she's using her other senses and she knows exactly what she's aiming for. Okay, then we had the cowboy chariot guy, and we end with the Two of Cups. And look at the horizon in the background. Look at that beautiful sun coming up. This is a divinely inspired union. I love these cards. This was a good set to get. All right. They have a lot of interesting combinations in the cards that sometimes are a little confusing. So we've got like ancient Greek mythology and contemporary, images of females who just have to be everything for everyone. You've got what looks like a very retro Asian card, but with a blonde-haired woman in it. This just reminds me of Boudica. If you don't know who Boudica is, love her. Fierce woman. And that would make perfect sense, everything about her on that card. And then we got a cowboy, but the horses are the ones who know the way. He's just in a rush. All right, so here we go. Let's get Spirit in here because I want to get all possible messages that will come from this set of cards. So Spirit, what are the messages and what is the information that will flow through this in a coherent manner? Because I know there are different messages for different parts of the community. They want to start with work. You feel like the burden has been on you entirely for way too long. You're taking the bigger part of the load. It's not for you to do. You feel like you are the light carrier. You feel like you are the director. You feel like you are the protector. You feel like you do everything. And you feel like you have to have this persona in order for people to listen to you, and you can't ever have any downtime. You are about to step in to your authority. You can see on the horizon that there is something new and different waiting for you. But I feel like you're going to have to jump in the water to swim to it. It's not just going to wash up on shore for you. But at that time, there's going to be two things happening, one or the other. Either there's going to be one part, perhaps a current or new, it could be somewhere there's going to be a person or employer from a job reading about not wanting to, all of a sudden realizing you just jumped off that cliff into the water swimming to your new location, and they're like, hold the phone, we got to get you back, and are racing in at breakneck speed. But the horses already know it's folly. It's like, they're not going to jump off that cliff. They'll just stop and let you go over let the other person go over the top and into the water and drown. That sounds gross. I don't mean it quite that bad, but you know what I mean. They're going to stop short. They're like, no. And then, but there will be attempts made to try to correct a situation and bring someone back into the fold. However, you end up on the shore of where you belong in a soul-satisfying union. And your cup is full, so you are provided for, and it's a financially, you receive the financial needs. Your financial needs are met. There's not the horsepower behind this job, but you get what you need. Okay, so that's one way to read this. The second way, I feel like it's a family reading, so not necessarily romance, but family. Single mom or single dad, either way, it doesn't matter. But you need a little something for yourself. You're getting tired. You're tired, you love your family, but it's time to be seen instead of you being that pillar of strength all the time. Go back to what you remember and what you know. That's what this card means in this instance. If it's a reading about you in your life with your family and finding your feet, remember who you are at the core. No one else has to remember or see you for who you are. You know who you are. Thank you, Spirit. That was lovely. Once you do that, you find your renewed passion for life. You find your renewed strength. You find this warrior within. You just remember what made you tick. You remember what made you whole. And you charge into it and you look for it and you find it unapologetically. I know what I want and I'm going for it. And what you're going for is either union within yourself, filling up your own cup and saying the rest of my life is going to be the best of my life, or it's also that in addition to union with someone else. Because everybody deserves that. Whether it's within yourself, within your family unit, in addition to your family unit, because that's how this started out, is with family. It feels like it's someone who is a parent. Someone who has sacrificed and given for others and always didn't take, it's like you came last. So it's going to be one of those things where you start realizing, I deserve to have a little bit too. And that sets a good example. It shows how to give and expect to receive. All right. Third, there are 3 options for this reading. The third option, I think it's a combination of the last one if you split it apart, looking at it as coming into union with yourself and what you deserve as a human being. And sometimes the taking care of everybody isn't even your own biological family or kids. It's taking care of friends or people at work or whatever it is. People come to you for a little bit of everything, but where do you go when you need it, when you need help, when you need a shoulder? Where do you go? Or do you even have that? That's the third reading. The third reading is you've got it all within you. And I just got a glimpse of every single one of those angels and aura cards with all the archangels around you. Tap on that energy because that is the light you carry within and that you have around you. Finding your passion, finding your fire, you can land and hit the mark, and it's you going somewhere and going somewhere soon. You are shooting an arrow and it's going to take you to a location where you find your peace. That is incredibly strong and important. You don't have to know where it is right now. You don't have to see it. You don't have to know where it is. Just know it's coming. And that could be by yourself or with someone else. In this instance, it's more about you. You will find your way, and you will find your way fast. And in this instance, those 2 horses are about the duality that we carry within us. And ultimately, whichever one of these storylines, variations of the storylines, or combinations of them that fits and resonates with you, this is not me just prattling on, which, some of my favorite people who read, and they really do intuit a lot of that information, but a lot of people just say that they don't, but that's okay and that's good. I get it too, but I love those. I always get wisdom from it. I always get advice from it. I think it's wonderful when people or tell their own life stories because you learn from that. Whichever one of these is a reading that you could take even one word from or part of one card, part of the information from one of the cards even. Ultimately, this is where it lands. Know yourself, know your connection to the divine and to God. Know that you are divinely surrounded. You are surrounded by brilliance, love, connection, and a full cup. When you know that, it makes you brave. Okay. And don't forget, call on all these archangels that came up. We had Uriel, Zadkiel, Raphael, Sandalphon, and Jophiel. Okay? And of course, Michael is always with us. Always. As a protector. Yeah. I hope all of you out there know how strong and brave you are. Many of you have struggled with health problems, job problems, financial problems, just the problems that come along with not knowing where you belong or feeling like you fit in, loss, trauma. But yet, look and be proud of yourselves. Look at yourself. You're a magnificent, bright light in this world that we need. So do what you need to do to take care of yourself. We will be on the other side soon enough. It's a blink of an eye. So while we're here, find a way to enjoy it. Find a way to bring happiness into your life. It could be small things. This mug I found at the grocery store on sale for like $1 or something, $2. It was under $2. Now, the stickers they used on it, it took me about 4 hours to get all the glue off. But one single word, when I looked at it, changed my entire mindset. And I felt a wave of peace roll over me. So, of course, I got it. I think that's it for today. So remember, this is going to last, it's going to take about, I'm getting a total of between 3 and 4 days for this to really sink in and settle and all the things to come rushing in. But kind of stop about 4 days from now, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, so Tuesday, some point during the day, and I'll put readings out Monday and Tuesday, but Tuesday, stop for a minute and reflect and say, have I changed internally? Has something around me changed? Even if it's something as small as finding something that brings you joy, or something as big as feeling a sense of peace when you didn't have one before. And let yourself know that's okay. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. I'm sending you all the love and gratitude I have. And be well, take care of yourselves. And yeah, the choices we make and how we choose to see our situation changes our situation. Okay? I know that's just what I felt like I needed to say, so I said it. So I don't know exactly how that's going to pan out, but for all of us and in different ways. Okay, sending love and thank you so much, and I will see you soon. Bye.